What is up, Rainbow GIF enthusiasts? This is the recording of our podcast live from Dana Gardens after the win against Moyne, bringing the Muskies to 2-0. Enjoy the win, enjoy the weekend, and we will see you on Monday.
Good to go.
Kenny, we are live. Roll Blob Rambo style. We got the Rambo GIF on the Cintas scoreboard. We are here right now, Ken. Ken
that is wild, dude.
How are we feeling on game 2, Ken?
Hey, man, I'm feeling great. I'm just, I think one of the things that I really liked about today's game was they showed a blueprint for how to score, right? Like they moved the ball. You could see in the game multiple times when they were having trouble scoring, like nothing against Trey Carroll or any of these guys, but, you're bringing the ball down the court. You start to get into an offense, then all of a sudden it's just like back down, try and make a play one-on-one. And I think that, he's a good enough player that he can make those things happen sometimes. But then, like, you watch later in the game, I'm sitting here watching, and they reverse the ball 3 or 4 times, and all of a sudden Roddy's shooting a layup at rim uncontested. And, like, you just, and, like, obviously it's not going to be something that they can do all the time, but, it gives them a good blueprint for how to move forward. Oh, we lost Cap. That ain't good. Don't mind my my mess over here in the middle of doing some work in the basement. But how's everybody doing tonight? Anybody got any questions? Oh, here he comes.
I think I just got booted. We're back.
All right, sounds good.
I think BJ had enough to hear me.
Yeah, right.
BJ had enough. But so you were saying just about how the rhythm was just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a little awkward at times on offense, and I think that you could see that. But, in a game where you shoot 52% from 3, you don't get out-rebounded. They out-rebounded us by 2, but we out-rebounded them on offense. So, it seems like when you shoot 52% from 3, you should win the game by more than 5 points.
That was kind of my thought process and why I was just, being a little bit negative. It's great to see us shoot great. I mean, it's good to know we have that. Right. Ken, it's good to know we have the 3-point in our arsenal, but to be playing the 342nd team in Ken Palm, to shoot that good from 3 and to have it be kind of a butt clencher is a bit of a tough look. But it was kind of a flip-flop. Coop was saying this too. It was kind of flip-flop of game 1. Game 1, the defense was fantastic. The offense was rough. And I feel like today the offense was there, at least from a shooting perspective, and the defense was kind of inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, those are all things that I think are going to get worked out. One of the main things that I see a lot over the last couple of years, right, with Xavier basketball teams is we're sitting here saying these are the problems. What can we do to fix it? And then for 3, 4, 5 months, we're talking about all of those same problems. You know what I mean? And what I really want to see happen this year is to see Coach Pitino and the team kind of start to focus on some of these issues. Not to say that Miller wasn't focusing on them, but actually fixing those problems and making changes for the better. And you're going to start to see that stuff over the next couple games. And, it's not very long where you're going to start getting smacked in the mouth with some big time teams, and they got to be ready. And I think that defensively, they've shown that they can, they're a physical team. Something that really stuck out to me today was Phillip. Something that really stuck out to me today was Phillip. I'm going to pull up his stat line real quick. You're looking.
Is there lager in there? Musky lager in there?
I've got some fine lager drinkers here, Ken. Sorry.
All right, it's all right. Hey, so I'm looking at Phillip's stat line. He goes 6, 12, 4, and 3. Right? It's not an insane offensive game, but he has 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals.
Phillip?
That? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm looking
Phillip
at it right
had a
now.
bounce back game tonight.
Well, no, offensively, he didn't play great, but he did a lot that helped the team win, and that was
what I thought too. And I thought in game 1 he just looked all out of sorts. Yeah. And so it was nice seeing him have a bounce back game. I was also impressed to see Pitino make such a quick change in the starting lineup.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
I mean, I think that he's in the lab, man. He's, when you have a game like that where you play, our first game is a close game again in a bye game, whatever. He's sitting there thinking what do I have to do to get these guys moving, put them in the right spots, get them in the roles that they think that they need to be in or that they feel comfortable in. So when he's going through that whole thing, I expect to see a lot of changes in the starting lineup all the way up until probably Big East play. And then we start to get into it. But Owen asked how we feel like they're going to compete against Big East teams. And, man, I think that there's a lot up in the air right now with how the team's going to perform against that level of talent. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to win, 10, 12 games in the Big East, but I think that they're showing that they may have a little bit more in the tank than some people have given them credit for.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I just put that comment up about Phillip because JB just posted Larkin was killing Phillip in the post game last week. I feel like the whole fan base has kind of been killing Phillip. It was a good bounce back game from him. I think he's really skilled and has a lot to his game, but that first game was just a mess, and that's expected to happen.
Well, he missed 2 shots tonight, and they were both threes. And that threes more than anything are something that you have to get it. You have to be, in rhythm, really feeling good about the game. All of those things. I think, like I said, the things that he was able to do outside of scoring, they were pretty. I mean, it helped them win the game tonight, and it kept them from losing this. They kept bringing the game down to 5 points, 4 points, 3-point game with like 2 minutes left or whatever it was. And, just the little things, getting his hands on the ball, stealing, getting steals, like being active on defense, those things are just as important as scoring. And if that's going to be his role and he's able to be really good at it, then he's going to be a really valuable member of the team.
Yeah, no question. And everyone's going to point to the scores tonight, which was Malik Massina-Moore. I mean, I put out that graphic today. Like, he's on him watch. I thought in game 1 he was hands down our best talent. But it was really cool seeing him put it together in the first half. And I did see another why aren't you guys putting up the Rambo gif? That's hilarious. But it was really cool to see him go. But it was weird to see him kind of get out of attack mode. It felt like kind of like having Trayvon Blewett back in the day. Like, he needs to be touching the ball every single possession, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one thing that you get in trouble with, and it's nothing against him. He's a really talented player, and I'm not trying to say anything otherwise. But you look, he scored 17 points tonight. Took him 15 shots to do it. So I don't want that to sound like a negative because it really isn't. But I'm just saying that's something to look out for because he's a guy that can shoot you out of a game if he gets a little bit too out of control. But sure. I think that the main thing with their offense. And I already brought it up once, and I feel like it's something that I'm going to be talking about a lot this year. Is they have to get the ball moving, man. They have to get the ball moving and play as a team.
Oh,
they had 9 scorers in this game, which is pretty wild to me. I mean, nine guys that come in and give you like at least a couple buckets. Massina-Moore, obviously 17 points. Like he is a very good offensive player, and I'm not sitting here saying he's shooting the ball too much or anything. I'm just saying it's something to look out for.
Yeah, and I think those numbers are a little bit deflated by the end of the game. I feel like in the first half he was in flow, in rhythm. I think he was shooting, like 4 or 5 or something like that. But I agree with you, but I think there's a lot of things that, it's early, Ken, so it's hard to get too in the weeds about things, but this is one of those games, like, I feel you. We have a road game against Iowa on Friday of next week, and this was, I don't want to be negative, but this was supposed to be one where we go get them tonight,
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, everything in these first couple of games is Pitino experimenting with what works well, what lineups are going to give you what your defensive lineup's going to be, when you need a bucket, who are the 5 guys on the court. So I think, a lot of that is going to play out. And as we start to see better talent, people are going to start to fall into that, and we'll see how it goes. But we actually have Coop just sent us Roddy and Phillips post-game interview, so I'm going to throw that up real quick.
Let's get it.
For either one of you, the defense that you guys did play and the rebounding, protecting the paint, how critical was that in the second half in holding them off?
I think Coach Pitino emphasized that in the locker room that our defense wasn't great in the first half, and then we just came out in the second half trying to do our best job. And I think we still got a lot of things to work on, in defensive and the offensive side as well. But that was just the emphasis from the coach.
Rodney, did you guys anticipate that the three-point shot would be open and be a big part of your start here tonight?
Yeah, I think it's just all about film, working on it in practice, watching in the film room, knowing that they're going to collapse. When you drive, bring in two, 3 defenders, someone's always going to be open. So just trying to play with our guys, play together, and that's going to be open all year because a lot of teams like that like to start hard. So just getting in the lab, getting ready to shoot, and making threes.
Hey, and like speaking to that, I mean, I would not have if I would have had to guess what their percentage from 3 tonight was going to be, I would not have guessed 52. Like, no, they came out, they put an emphasis on it, and you can tell that it's something that they've been talking about in practice. And the right guys taking the right shots. They go 13 for 25 from three. That's a major improvement. And shooting is one of those things where if you have it one night and you don't have it another night, that can be that can be a bad thing for a team because you can shoot yourself out of games. But we have a small sample set, so it's like we just got to see what happens in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
And it didn't break my heart knowing we have that in the tank if we need it.
Yeah, right.
Just knowing we have that ceiling, like that did not hurt my feelings at all. And then too, I saw a comment too about Mir Panoa. I think we're still missing some pieces, and I'm interested to know what Possado's timeline looks like too, because those are two big pieces that aren't in the fold right now. One thing too, though, I thought we got great minutes out of Isaiah Walker.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
elite 3 and D minutes.
Yes, that 100%. And I think that he's another guy. Maybe he's not gonna jump at you on the stat sheet, at least in the first couple games here. But I see. There's been 3 or 4 people that have talked about it in the comments already. I think that he's a guy that you might see be kind of like a late season hero or a mid-season hero when he starts to find his way.
Kenny, do you have any?
No. I will not. I will not take any of this gray uni slander. The Grays are the best. The Grays were my favorite jerseys when I take that back. The Running Mans were my favorite jerseys.
Okay,
I loved the gray jerseys.
Kenny holding down the Gray Defender fan club right here.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna make you a new profile picture. But they shot in the Grays though. Trays for Grays though. Trays in Grays tonight, Kenny.
Yeah, so there you go.
Do you think that was part of the game plan? The Patino's like, hey, we're wearing Grays tonight. Just shoot the 3 ball.
I think that's probably what it was.
There had to be something to it.
Yeah, there had to be.
That's what my sources are saying. But I think. What do you think about? Go ahead, Ken.
I just got to pull this up because this is near and dear to my heart here. Not giving the ball to the big guys. You know what I mean? I think that's something.
we can't give you 2 in a row.
So here's the thing. This is what I'm going to say. Your big guys unless you have like a dominant big guy scorer, somebody that you can just put the ball on the block and say that's. Somebody you can give the ball to on the block and say, go get me a bucket.
Yeah.
Unless you have that guy, which I don't really know if Robinson's that guy. It's like we'll have to see. But unless you have that guy, especially early in the season when you're trying to work through your offense, big guys scoring happen when an offense is running like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
It's just when you're not getting to the bucket and you're having trouble getting open shots. I mean, basically – the guards are just they're touching the ball the most, so they're going to end up taking the most shots. So, I feel for Anthony Robinson in some way in that respect, but I think that you're going to start to see his production go up and up throughout the season just for that specific reason.
And he's still a puppy, Ken. He's still a puppy, and he was a puppy on that Virginia team last year. And from what I heard from Virginia fans, he was a bit of a project, but very physical. He's clearly a physical specimen, obviously.
Right.
But I think he's going to be one of those guys. He was never counted on for minutes day in and day out last year at Virginia.
Right.
Give him 10 games. But I think he's going to have he's going to get more consistent over the season for sure. And then I was also interested to see Pop get some more minutes tonight. I was very surprised that he only played about 6 to 10 minutes in game 1, Kenny. I thought we got early Pop minutes. I don't necessarily think he got in rhythm, but I think he's going to be a big piece as the season goes on.
Well, I mean, you start getting into the Big East when you're playing against guys that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 7 foot. Like he's going to have to play. They're not really going to have an option unless they're going to be, flying all over the place, double teaming, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, a couple quick things here before we get to the Patino interview. Number one, we got QR code up in the corner here. That is for the new Big East Media Discord. Just started today. We're already at like 90 people in the Discord from all the different teams in the Big East. So, hey, we need as many Xavier voices. We need as many Xavier voices that we can get in there to come in, talk some shit, do whatever you got to do.
Too much Yuli commentary in the Xavier chat. I can't have it. I can't have it.
I won't even say his name. All right, so then the other thing, I'm going to throw this up here. I don't have a graphic for it on the computer yet, but this is something from the All for One Fund. This is the QR code. And I'll explain what it is in a second. I just wanted to get it up here. People can pause the video if they need to. So this is a new thing that the Xavier Basketball Excellence Fund is doing. It's called $25 or more a month will help us win, and part of that comes with winning comes with cutting of the nets, and you'll get a piece of a game-used net from the 25-26 season. Every dollar raised goes directly towards the basketball program. Thank you guys all for your support. If you guys are able to do that, that would be fantastic. Shout out to Joe Sullivan there. I don't know if he's watching or not, but I heard last time he was. But then, hey, let's run to this Patino interview real quick.
The game, in my opinion, was the response of Roddy and Phillip. I just didn't like the way that we started the game last game. I told those guys it's not a punishment, but they always feel like it is. And they were ready to go. They were great in practice. Phil battled his butt off to get 12 rebounds. Roddy was terrific offensively and defensively. So we're going to get better and better with each game. So as much as you don't like these close ones, we're going to learn and grow from it. And we've got a really, really tough one on Monday. So very appreciative of the fans. It was a terrific environment and a great win.
Hey, coming from like a player's perspective, when you get your starting spot taken from you, especially your camera's a little out of focus, by the way, just so you know. Well, what I was going to say is when you start, you start a game and then the next game you're not starting, it's really difficult mentally to not take that personally. And for them to come out and be able to respond the way that they did, I think that's a really cool, and it's really cool, and it shows a lot of grit and determination by those guys.
Yeah, no question. And I'm just glad there's not vodka in Patino's cup tonight, Ken.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Hopefully just water tonight, or maybe just some Malibu rum or something like that. Something a little lighter tonight.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe some White Claw.
I wonder if we're going to get the tweet. You think we'll get the tweet tonight?
I would like to hope that that's a staple, Kenny. I'd like to hope, and I want to track the GPA over the course of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's an interesting with social media and the way that fans really engage with programs. I think it's an interesting approach, and if it's something that he ends up doing more often, really staying in contact with your fans and being transparent like that, I think that people really like it.
Well, we have all these coaches that just have their stuff run for them by some intern. It's super clear, right? It's super clear that they don't do their own stuff. I think with a certain coach we may have had last year, but having Patino do that is so cool. And I don't know if you saw his tweet at Jerome Hunter Fan Club about his beer consumption.
Yeah,
that's just elite work.
Yeah.
It was asked, which begs the question, Kenny, how was your beer consumption tonight?
My beer consumption was 0.
An F?
It's an A. You know what? That's the way I do it during the week, man. I got to work. I got kids.
No lager consumption from the big fella.
No, until somebody sends me some musky lagers, then we'll talk.
And NIL hater confirmed, Kenny Freeze.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
And to the doubters, to the haters, I have not touched a lager tonight. Now, if they made some non-alcoholic lagers, I'd be putting them down like water. I promise you that.
There you go.
An idea for next year, maybe.
Right, maybe. But hey, you know what? I think that this is going to be a little bit of a quick stream tonight because of the time constraints with Dana's tonight. Obviously, huge shout out to Dana's again for letting us do this.
Dana's is packed tonight. Shout out to the people at Dana's.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna have to get you a cover for your mic. It's starting to get real loud in there, which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
We'll take it. Hey, one thing at a time, Kenny. This is game day. I'm out with the people. I'm a man of the people, Kenny.
100%. I need to know. So, do you got anybody out there that wants to ask a question? Any question askers in the stands there?
It looks like they're focused on drinking at this point, Kenny. But,
yeah, you know what? That's more power to them, man.
Yeah,
Thursday. I remember.
They're getting used to this. So Monday was dead. Tonight's pretty packed. So I think they're kind of just being like, "Who the heck's this guy?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I'll make some connections and get in the inroads here, Ken.
Heck yeah, I love it. But anything else you got, man? I think we can kind of cut this one off because I really want to make sure that BJ's got his timing good.
That's the right call because they're about to do karaoke, so I think I'm going to jump in there. If you have any song suggestions, let me know. I will just say that I called my shot. Malik Massina-Moore is him. He's officially him certified, Kenny. I've seen enough.
All right, sounds good. Hey, listen, I think you and Coop should do a little Beauty and the Beast rendition.
I will send you the video. I promise you that. Right. And Kenny, I'll just say this: it wasn't pretty, but a win is a win is a win. Yeah. Undefeated, 2-0, and I'd rather learn from a win than a loss.
100%. And then the one more quick thing before we go here. Nope, never mind. We got one more. We got one more live podcast, live post-game podcast.
Yeah,
live post-game podcast for the Santa Clara game, and then the Iowa game. Just so that everybody knows, start putting it out there a little bit. We're going to be back with the away game live streams. We're not sure yet if we're going to do full game, if we're going to come in towards the end of the game and just kind of go for about 30, 45 minutes after the game. We'll figure all that out, but we will definitely see you guys come the 10th, and then I'm excited to get our live streams going again. That's going to be fun.
Can't wait. Rambo GIF on the Cintas Jumbotron. Huge for the brand. Kenny, that is it from Cap. Thank you to Coop and Kenny.
Join the Discord and stay blobbing.